I shouldn't have driven. I was definitely over the limit. Um, Please don't tell anyone.
Okay, I'm glad you told me first of all. Um, you sound really shaken.
Yeah, I can't lie, I am. I feel awful about it.
Yeah, I hear that one. Let's just take a second. It sounds like you're feeling a bit kind of anxious and a bit guilty as well, and I get why, to be honest.
So, thing is, like, when I was driving last night, obviously I don't remember a lot of it. Um, I had quite a lot to drink, as I told you, but I could see people walking about, and I could see people crossing the roads and everything. And I remember seeing loads of people being everywhere, and it just scares me that I could have hurt someone last night. And it keeps going around in my brain, and I can't stop thinking about it. And it does genuinely make me feel really guilty. And yeah, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean it's a really horrible thing to sit with. Um, I think first things to acknowledge that you got home safely, and that's something to be grateful for. But we do need to talk about what happened as well. What led up to you driving home like that?
Well, it was after a party. I had quite a lot to drink, but I know that home's not too far away. It's like 10-minute drive away from the place that I was at. So I thought it'd be okay for me to just quickly hop in my car, drive home, because it's not too far. There won't be that many people around. It was like quite late at night. It's like 2, 3 a.m. So even if anything did go wrong, I know that wouldn't be hurting anyone else. It would just be me. But yeah, that's kind of what led up to it, I guess. I guess it was just me being just a bit dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I need to be honest with you. I can't promise to keep this a secret.
What? Why not?
I mean, usually I would, but driving drunk puts you and other people at serious risk of like someone could have died. Um, and I care about you too much to just ignore that. But I want to make it clear that I'm not trying to, this is not me trying to get you into trouble or judging you or anything, but I don't think I can I can't promise to keep this a secret.
Okay, okay, but it kind of feels like you are trying to get me in trouble, and you are judging me for drink driving.
I get why you feel that way. Um, but this is about safety. Um, I know nothing happened this time, but someone could have been seriously hurt.
Yeah, but I still try to mitigate against that. Like I drove home late at night. I thought about things like that. I know that it's going on in my brain. And I'm stressing about it, but I thought about it.
Yeah, I mean the fact that you've thought about it and the fact that you were telling me about it and you're upset and it does give away that you know it was wrong.
Yeah, yeah, no, I do, and like I hate that I know I did it.
Then I guess the most responsible thing to do it then to do would be to kind of face it responsibly and not just like bury the whole situation and hope it never comes up again. Um,
Okay,
can we start to think about what happens next?
like what?
So, I mean, for a start, making sure that you never um end up in a situation where you're stuck driving after drinking again, like instead taking lifts or like taking a taxi or staying over at someone's house.
Yeah, I told you, like I did. I genuinely did think about it. It's not that I didn't. I guess I should have planned it a bit better though.
And it might also help to talk to people about it, someone that you trust, rather than carrying something like this alone.
Okay, so I've told you, but do you think you'll tell? So you're saying that you're going to tell someone else?
I I can't. I'm saying I won't ignore something like this that could put people in danger.
Okay, but you're not abandoning our friendship over that.
No, I'm not abandoning your friendship. Um, I I just can't protect this behavior in particular because it could seriously hurt someone. I'm just trying to be transparent with you because you're my friend. Um, and that's yeah, I care about you. So yeah, I mean, I don't. That's exactly why I'm being honest with you.
Okay, well, I guess I needed to hear that. But so I've told you that I drink drove, which we both know is illegal. So who are you going to tell?
I think what I would encourage you to kind of maybe inform the authorities about this. Um, would that be something that you'd consider doing?
I think that's quite. I don't know how I'd feel about that. Like, I think it's. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to go to prison. Um, and I know what I did was wrong. Like, I'm aware of it. I just don't want my entire life to be ruined over this one little thing that I did.
I get that you don't want your life to be ruined. Um, at the same time, I think it's important to not treat this as one little thing. This could have been something really, really bad. This you could have been in the news for killing a bunch of people and yourself potentially. You're really lucky that you made it out alive and no one got hurt. So
Okay.
I think treating this as a little incident is not the right way to go about this. I think we do need to acknowledge that this was a very serious thing. We're very lucky that nothing happened, but it could have very easily been something incredibly serious.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. I understand that. Yeah.
I mean, we all make mistakes, but um, what matters is how we deal with them afterwards. And I think it's safe to say that this was a pretty significant mistake that could have been a lot worse.
Okay. Fair enough. Thanks for talking it through with me. Um, yeah. I'll try and make the right decision in the future, and I'll let the relevant people know. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and that is the end of the first scenario for this video. We hope you learned quite a lot about what to do, who to talk to, and how to deal with such complex emotions. We're now going to go into the second scenario. Welcome to the second scenario of this video. In this scenario, we're going to be talking about a friend that shared a vague suicide reference and made a comment that was a bit like, none of this matters anymore after a tough week. You're not sure if they're joking or not, so you're going to meet them in private. I'm going to be the friend that shared this comment, and Saurav will be the candidate. Saurav, when you're ready, take it away.
Hi, Alan. Thanks for meeting me. I just wanted to check in after something that you said the other day. When you said that none of this matters anymore, it really stuck with me, and I wanted to make sure that you're okay.
Oh, I was probably just being dramatic. It'd been a rough week, so I had quite a bit going on. I probably just had something that I don't really mean.
Yeah, I figured it must have been stress as well, but I didn't want to assume, and I thought it was better to ask you properly because I care about you.
Yeah, well, honestly, everything's just been exhausting. The school expectations, people asking me what I'm doing in my life, and there's just so much that I need to like respond to and answer to. And it's not something that I'm very happy about having to do. But yeah, people keep asking me like what's going on, but there isn't really anything going on for me to tell them about. So I don't really know what people expect me to say.
Yeah, I mean that sounds really overwhelming. Um, and I can get why you might feel worn down by that. Um, what's kind of weighing on you the most, do you think?
I think sometimes it just feels a bit pointless. um, everything that I'm doing. Now, when people ask me those questions, it does really make me think about what's going on and like what am I actually doing in my life. And it all does just feel a bit like I'm not doing enough, or I could be doing more.
When you say pointless, what does that how does that feel for you day to day?
I don't know. Like it just feels like I'm going through the motions. Like nothing really excites me anymore. It just kind of feels like every day comes, I go through it. The next day comes, same thing happens. Like I wake up, eat breakfast, go through my day, eat lunch, dinner, go to sleep, and then it just repeats every single day. And I'm getting quite tired of it all. And yeah,
Yeah, I mean, thank you for being honest. When you said that none of this matters, like when you said that, were you talking about just feeling burnt out and just kind of bored and some of that kind of monotony when that kicks in? Or were you talking about something a bit deeper than that?
uh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it properly. Um, yeah, I don't think I really know exactly what I meant. So
Yeah, that's okay. You don't have to you don't have to have it all figured out. I just didn't want to guess and I just wanted to understand what you meant. Um, if you don't mind, I'm gonna be a bit direct with you, um, and just ask you straight up. Have you had any thoughts about not wanting to be here or hurting yourself or anything?
no, not really. I haven't I haven't planned anything. Um, I just tend to feel a bit empty at times. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate how difficult that can be. Feeling empty can be just as hard as feeling sad. Um, when I volunteered at a care home, one of the carers that I spoke to, they told me that emotional burnout sometimes feels like kind of numbness and it doesn't always look super dramatic. Um, and I've read that a lot of the times pressure can also present like this. It doesn't present um like an extreme kind of sadness. Sometimes it could just be you feel like you just want to switch off for a bit. Is that something that you relate to maybe?
Yeah, I think that's kind of it. I think it can, like, even that, what I said was kind of dramatic. I don't think I always try and show it because I don't really want other people to think I'm going through it or feeling down. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't mean that your things are hopeless or that you're being weak or anything, but it just means that you've been carrying a lot. Um, I'm glad that you've spoken to me about this and you told me how you're feeling. Um, have you spoken to anyone else about how you've been feeling and what's been going on? Maybe someone in your family or like a teacher or someone else that you trust.
No, not at all. I don't want to make a big issue. Like, I already have things going on and I have so much that I need to do. I don't want to make this something that's like big or something that people have to deal with.
Yeah, I get that. And also, I think asking for help can sometimes make something feel like a bigger problem. Um, but to be honest, like support doesn't have to be like a dramatic intervention or anything. It could just be like a conversation like this one that even that can help lift the load a little bit.
Maybe. I haven't really thought about talking to anyone about it just because it's something that I've been managing on my own. It does get quite overwhelming at times, but I don't want to burden anyone else with my issues.
Mhm. I mean, instead of thinking about it as burdening people with your issues, um, I don't think you need to be that hard on yourself. I think what you're going through is you're going through a bit of a stressful time. Um, and sometimes it's important to just talk about how you've been feeling. And I think maybe even taking a small step like checking in with the school well-being team, or even just like giving yourself a bit of downtime this week and allowing yourself to kind of take a step back and slow down for a bit. How would you feel about doing something like that?
Yeah, I could maybe talk to someone eventually, but I think just because of how I've been feeling, it is going to take a bit of time.
Yeah, that's fair. There's no pressure to rush, of course. Um, and just so you know, if you ever felt that um you weren't safe, then I'd want to get you some extra help. Um, because your safety is of the highest importance to me as your friend. Not that I would betray you or anything, but I think for me, your safety is a priority.
Thank you for talking to me about it, and I don't think I need any extra help or any extra like safety. I don't think I'm going to do anything. But yeah, I don't think I realized how much I need to talk about it. Um, I'm just so used to dealing with my own issues all the time, so it just kind of feels a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go through this on your own. And I meant it when I said I care. And anytime you want to talk, I'm here. Like not just for today, it was like anytime. How about we check in again soon? And if things feel a bit heavier than before, then just let me know. We'll have a chat.
Yeah, I think I will talk to you about it. I'll see who else I get in contact with and who I talk to. But yeah, thank you for checking in with me.
Yeah, no
It's
problem.
yes,
Anytime.
thank you. Okay, that's the end of the second scenario. In the scenario, we brought in the students' own personal experience regarding their time at the care home, and we also brought in things that they'd read about. Um, I bet the thing that they read about was in The Guardian. They talked about what they'd read, how that relates to the scenario, and using prior knowledge like this definitely helps boost your answer and how you react in an MMI. We hope this helped. We hope this provided a good base, and in future, we hope you use this as a base to build up of what you want to do, how you want to express your emotions, and we hope you enjoyed this scenario. We're now going to move on to the third scenario. Welcome to the third scenario. In this scenario, we're going to be talking to a friend who wants to quit university. They're not only a high performing friend that tells you they're planning to drop out due to stress and low motivation. They haven't told anyone else, and you guys are going to meet to talk. And we're going to be looking into how you're going to deal with that interaction and what you might say in such a scenario. So I'll be the friend, and Zora will be the candidate. Zora, whenever you're ready, off you go.
Hi, Alan. Thanks for meeting me. I just wanted to check in with you regarding something that you said earlier, about wanting to leave uni. And I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. How are you feeling today?
Honestly, still the same. I'm just kind of done, to be honest.
Yeah. If you want to talk about anything, then I'm here to listen. I won't try and judge you or try and talk you into anything. But yeah, just if you want to talk, then I'm all ears.
Thing is, I wanted to do medicine for a long time. I want to do it since like high school when I started looking into things and looking at what do I actually want to do in my future. And I really did love the course. I loved how it was structured, what I have to do. But now I can't even bring myself to open my laptop, do my lectures, do my Anki cards, and just learn more about things. I think even when it comes to like sheets for anatomy practicals, I don't do them. I don't do them in advance. I don't do the things that I'm supposed to do. And there's just loads of content, loads of things for me to do. And I know that I'm not doing anything that I'm supposed to be.
That sounds, yeah, really exhausting and a lot of work. Um, and I understand how it can be frustrating to feel just constantly behind on everything. Um, what do you think has changed most for you recently?
I guess so there's an increase in workload, as I've told you. Like I always feel like if I'm going on to the next week, the next day, I'm a few weeks behind in terms of lectures, like a few lectures behind. And I'm never up to the same level as other people. And I know that there's so much that I'm meant to do and so much that I'm meant to have achieved by now, but I don't feel like I've got that knowledge within me. And everyone else seems to cope, but it seems like I can't do what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I can feel really kind of isolating, and it can look like everyone else is managing really well. But it's important to bear in mind that that might not be the full picture. A lot of people struggle with workload as well, so you're definitely not alone in this. Um, and this is a definite cause of stress for a lot of students. Um, how does that make you feel?
Thing is, like, I'm sure there's a lot of other people that also have a similar issue to me. I don't see the point anymore. Like, I'm tired all the time. Like, I sleep longer than I usually do. And then when I realize that I'm not doing my work and I've got so much to do and I'm not sleeping, like, I try and make up for it by sleeping less, and then I get even more tired. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I I understand where you're coming from. That makes sense. That constant kind of pressure and stress can really drain your motivation and make you feel really fatigued. Um, when you say that you want to quit medicine, you want to drop out of uni, does it feel like, is that a decision that you made when you're like really in a calm, you made it, you completely processed what you want to do, and you're actually like definite about this decision? Or is that kind of, was it more like an impulsive thing that you said from what, how overwhelmed you feel right now?
I probably used it as more like an escape of how overwhelmed I felt. Um, yeah, there just has been a lot that I've had to deal with recently.
Yeah, I mean, of course, feeling trapped like in a situation like this, any escape will feel tempting and potentially would feel like it's going to relieve you of all your stress. Um, I remember like during one of my work experience days, the junior doctor that I spoke to told me that they nearly dropped out of med school in the second year because of burnout. And when I asked them why, it wasn't because they weren't capable, but it was because they didn't stop and ask for help. Um, and that really stuck with me, that struggling doesn't mean you're not suited for something. Um, so I guess maybe in your case as well, you're clearly a smart guy, and this is something that you actually want to do. But the fact is that you are struggling right now, so maybe it would be a good idea to reach out for help as well.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I get there must be other people that have gone through something similar from what I've had too. But I do feel like I'm failing.
I mean, it sounds less like failure and more that you've just been pushing yourself for a really long time. Um, have you spoken to anyone else about this, like a family member or a tutor or well-being services or anyone like that?
No, you're the only person that I've spoken to. I just don't want to disappoint anyone by telling them that I can't deal with my own issues or like I need extra support or help.
Yeah, I understand. But it's difficult to kind of tell people that you're struggling, especially when you're used to not experiencing that. But it might be a good idea to separate how you're feeling from really like big decisions like this and not make emotionally charged choices that could affect you in the long run.
What do you mean?
I mean, there might be other options, like it doesn't have to be black and white. There could be other avenues to explore, um, other than carry on exactly the same on one side and dropping out completely on the other side. There could be things that you could try out in the middle, like taking time out from medicine or applying for extensions and deadlines, and or even asking for support from the wellbeing services. Um, how would you feel about kind of exploring these options first? Not committing to anything yet, but just maybe just talking to the uni wellbeing team or your personal tutor.
I don't know. I've never really asked for help before.
Yeah, that's understandable. Asking for help can feel difficult, sometimes even harder than struggling in silence, but it honestly means that you're being really sensible about it, and it's not any sign of weakness. And I think that this could really be beneficial for you.
Maybe. I don't want to make the wrong decision.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I think that's exactly why you don't have to decide everything right now. Um, what we can do is we can take really like small gradual steps. What would feel like a manageable next step? What like not to stay or quit, but just like something small like booking a meeting or taking a short break to recover. What do you think sounds good?
Well, we have those personal academic tutors. I could email my tutor, just see if I can set up a meeting and talk to them and see what they think I should do about this. They'll probably have better insight than us as well.
Mm. Yeah, that sounds like a good first step. Um, and I think whatever you decide in the end, just try and base it on something that you've thought through with a clear head and not through fatigue or frustration or exhaustion.
Okay.
I mean, I'm glad you've trusted me with this and you've talked to me about this. And just know that whenever you want to talk about it, I'm here and I'm happy to check in again. Um, and if you want, I can help you draft that email to your tutor.
I think I'll write an email. That should be okay. I do feel a little less overwhelmed, so I do appreciate you taking the time to speak to me. So yeah, thank you for that.
It's not a problem, man. No pressure.
Cool. That's the end of the third scenario. We hope you understood how to bring in once again your personal experience. We hope this also helps to act as a base for you to build your answers upon. We're now going to move into the fourth scenario. Welcome to the fourth scenario. In this scenario, you're going to be talking to your friend for whom you meant to book a table reservation for their anniversary and you forgot to. You're going to be looking at how you're going to deal with the situation and what you would do. Sora will be the friend, and I will be the friend who he forgot to book the table for. Okay, Sora, whenever you're ready, off you go.
Hi, Alan. Have you got a few minutes? I need to speak to you about something.
Yeah, sure, what's wrong?
I know I was meant to book the table for tonight, but I've messed up and I completely forgot. Um, I just checked and the restaurant is full. I'm really sorry.
Are you serious? It was for my anniversary.
Yeah, I know how bad it sounds. This one's on me completely.
We planned this weeks ago, and I trusted you with just one job.
Yeah, I understand why you're upset. You're absolutely right. I agreed to do this as well. And if I was in your position, I would be upset too.
Yeah, well, this is meant to be special.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I've let you down. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Okay, so what happened? Like, how did you just forget?
To be honest, I don't really have a good excuse. I just didn't write it down properly, and that's my responsibility. And so I basically did just forget to book it.
I won't lie, that's really disappointing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and justify it. It is disappointing. I agree. Um, if it's okay, I'd like to focus on what I can do right now to try and fix the situation.
Like what? Everything will be full right now.
Yeah, I've started calling places that are nearby already to see if there are cancellations. And I'm going to continue to do that. Um, but if nothing comes up, then I could look at another good restaurant nearby or even try and rearrange and I'll cover the cost to try and make it up to you.
Okay, but it's not about the money.
Yeah, I know, but I essentially just want to show that I'm taking this seriously and I'm just trying to put it right. Because I don't want this to I know you trusted me with this, and I don't want to let you down, essentially.
I'm just annoyed because I relied on you.
Yeah, that's fair. And I didn't follow through on what I said I would, and I need to rebuild that trust that you could put in me. Um, yeah.
Okay, let's see what the options are.
Thank you for giving me the chance to try and sort it. Um, I'm gonna continue to look online for any last minute cancellations and continue calling the restaurant as well. Um, I genuinely am sorry. I know obviously the apology doesn't fix it and make the reservation magically appear, but I'll make sure that I have um a look at these kinds of responsibilities, and I'll handle them with greater care in the future. And I won't stop trying to make the best of this situation as well.
All right, let's see what you can find, and we can